now here on First Take. We're going to play a little game of Would You Rather? But we're going to make it football. Who would you rather have? Okay? This week, the Cowboys are going to face the Vikings. So who would you rather have, Justin Jefferson or George Pickens, RC?
Okay, for career, I'd rather have Justin Jefferson.
Let's stick with the game.
For this week, George Pickens. When I look at what Dak Prescott has been able to do at the quarterback position, George Pickens being questioned and his effort being one of the things that people are talking about over and over again, he's going to come out and try to play at an extremely high level, at an extremely high clip, and I expect him to do so. On the other side, J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson just don't have that connection.
Okay, who would you rather have, Stephen A?
Justin Jefferson, because we all know what he's lacking as a quarterback. If he were in Dallas, imagine what he would be doing. As great as George Pickens is, and I know he's great, he ain't Justin Jefferson. I'd rather have Jefferson.
Go ahead, Dio.
So mad.
Did I do something wrong?
I'm gonna
Did I do something wrong, RC?
Nah, I'm going to say Justin Jefferson as well. Justin Jefferson's 26. He's one of 3 guys in the history of the NFL that has 3 straight, at 26 years old, 1,400-yard seasons. That's Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Not bad company to be into. I'm going to say Justin Jefferson. I agree, but J.J. McCarthy and him were better last week, specifically J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to say Justin Jefferson.
Okay, let's keep it moving here. The Lions travel out west to face the Rams on Sunday, and so who would we rather have? Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs, or Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams?
Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. You have the best possession receiver in the NFL in Puka Nacua, and you have the best right now red zone receiver in the NFL. Devontae Adams has 12 touchdowns. That's 4 more than anybody else. This is like the take the horse to water, you can't make him drink. It's the opposite. Puka gets you to the water, and then Devontae's the one who drinks it. This offense and the connection pass game-wise is the best thing in the NFL.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs, they're turning water into wine, though. It's a little bit different from what you're getting from
biblical.
The way that they're allowing Jared Goff to maneuver inside and in between the numbers. Absolute matchup nightmares. And don't get me wrong, I'll take either of these duos. But when you look at what Jahmyr Gibbs brings to the table with that level of explosiveness in the open field, that's the one factor that the other 3 players, including Amon-Ra St. Brown, just don't have. I believe that he's just that special. So I would go with that duo in Detroit over Los Angeles.
Stephen A.
I don't blame RC for feeling that way. We were on the field together during Monday Night Countdown, interviewing Gibbs weeks ago. I actually love doing those segments with RC, by the way, leading the way. You're looking all dapper on the football field, trying to outdress me. Didn't work this past Monday, though, but that's a different subject for another day. The point is that I get where he's coming from, but I would go the route of Puka Nacua with Devontae Adams. Adams is money, all right, in the end zone. We know the connection between him and Stafford. And Puka Nacua is sensational. He's something special. And Matthew Stafford, listen, he's having an outstanding year. We all know that. But Puka Nacua is next level. Not to say that those other cats ain't, but give me Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I can rely on them. Models of consistency and excellence.
Gotta love Jared Goff playing his own team this weekend.
I feel like I'm on an island here. I don't really like it.
It's all right.
I don't know if they
I'll roll with you. I'll go with the Lions, too. I'll go with Amon-Ra and Gibbs. All right, coming up here on First Take, will Baker Mayfield and the Bucs get back on track tonight? And are we still confident Tampa will actually win the NFC South? They have not been playing great lately. Plus, Phillip Rivers back on the field and back at the podium. What are reasonable expectations for a 44-year-old if he starts Sunday for the Colts? I mean, come on, guys. Aaron Rodgers, 40 combined rushing and receiving wise.
Yeah, he fell a little short of that last week against the Seattle Seahawks because he wasn't as involved in the pass game during that blowout. But I expect to see a heavy dose of Bijan Robinson tonight against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When you look at the run game of the Saints, it was sensational, even adding Tyler Shuck to that, and he's going to be huge in the pass game versus those linebackers that sometimes struggle to cover running back.
Okay, Stephen A., you're rolling with Baker Mayfield, passing for at least 2 TDs. Why you like this?
Well, listen. Is Mike Evans supposed to be back? Can somebody answer that question? I believe so, right?
I believe he's supposed to play,
They are playing against the Falcons, right? The 20th ranked defense in the National Football League. I understand they're decent against the pass, but I've lost all faith in the Atlanta Falcons. I could see Baker Mayfield throwing a couple of touchdown passes. I think that's a pretty good damn bet against this team, personally.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm gonna roll that Baker Mayfield has a good game as well because I'm gonna go with Emeka Egbuka having 40 or more receiving yards tonight. This is a team that has not eclipsed 20 points in the last 3 weeks. Their OC said that they want to get him going, Egbuka, early and often. Hasn't looked great the past few weeks. He gets right tonight. No more drops. We're gonna eclipse 40 yards, and we're looking forward to it. So to recap, we've got Bijan to have 110 or more combined rushing and receiving yards, Baker to throw for at least 2 touchdowns, and Emeka Egbuka to have at least 40 or more receiving yards. If you like these picks, we've put them into a parlay for you on DraftKings Sportsbook. Just open up the app, look for the First Take Cover 3 parlay on the homepage, and go to it. I don't want to brag, but I'm on a bit of a heater, okay, the last few weeks. Just saying.
Hey.
More to come here on First Take. If 44,
I want to pat my own back, but
here I go. If 44-year-old Phillip Rivers starts for the Colts on Sunday, what do we expect to happen? They are on the road in Seattle, you know. More First Take next.
Comments that were very introspective, and Dan Orlovsky is here. you can't get the food first or second, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude.
It's a long morning, man.
Where were you last night? Did you do a high
I was
school
in
game?
Baltimore, yeah.
When did you travel back?
I took a car back. I got in at like 2.
Good for you. Well, you know what? Thank you.
Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother.
St. Francis.
Brother.
Buddy.
How's it go? This kid's going, Alabama, Auburn, Ohio State, Texas A&M. Why's the other offense struggling to move the ball? They're impressive. But it was fun, man. It was a fun event.
You've had, to your credit, you've had an amazing week, if you really think about it. You did the Monsters Inc. game on Monday, a high school game yesterday.
Yes, sir.
CeCe's dropping a water bottle today.
Yeah.
The most memorable moment of this week for you has been what? Professionally, and not with your family, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say, the most memorable was, calling that game last night with Joe Tess. I met Tess my sophomore year of high school, walking off the field after we beat the #1 team in the state, and he was the local sports reporter in Connecticut.
Wow.
So to call that game,
That's surreal.
20 plus years later with him was pretty cool. But the Monsters Inc. game is awesome, but that's attached more to family.
Okay, Daniel, staying with family.
Quick transition.
No, quick transition because we're staying with the theme of family.
Yeah.
My wife and I, 36 weeks yesterday. 36
Baby,
weeks.
not married.
So we're
Dating together.
No, they're having a
36
baby.
weeks. A baby.
Oh, 30. Your wife is 36 weeks.
36
Yeah,
weeks
first
pregnant.
child.
Yeah, man.
So we're in the window.
Let's go.
So we're trying to figure out when my wife goes into labor, what offense do I need to be running? Is it West Coast? Is it run and shoot? Or we just go push that thing all the way down the field? Is it ball control? How would you describe the offense that I need to run while we're going into labor?
Oh, my wife had a C-section because triplets, so I don't necessarily know the whole labor experience because it was predetermined. But
Okay.
So I do like that.
So that's West Coast. First
Maybe-
15 scripted.
Yeah.
Script
Maybe
first 15?
we sign steal. We know exactly what the defense is doing. Is this baby one? This is baby one, right?
I had no idea what to expect. We just went to the hospital on Tuesday, did a tour of the maternity suite and all of that stuff.
I would tell you. I would tell you the couple things that I would focus on. That let's keep our eyes forward.
Okay, so eyes on her.
Yeah, just on her. The face you fell in love with. Just keep
Okay.
focused on her there.
Okay.
So just a picture of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes
It's,
on her-
when you
eyes
go
on
up
her.
on high things, people say, don't look down.
Yeah.
Don't look down.
So
That's
don't
what
look-
I
don't-
No,
told
he
But that's
has to
not-
look
his
down.
wife
He's
wants to do it
receiving
the
the
other way.
baby.
He's playing catch up.
So my wife wants
He has to look down.
the first face that our baby sees to be me.
Baby
So
has
she-
no memory at one moment.
I listen.
You gotta do what your wife wants.
This
Yep.
is what my wife
Correct.
wants.
Yeah, you gotta do what your wife wants. I would be
So
ready.
I know everybody says stay north of the equator. That is not going to be the case.
Yeah.
If we can help it. If we can help it and do it naturally, then I will be below the
You
border.
got those Men in Black glasses then?
I got
erase the memory.
The little memory eraser.
That's gonna be a beautiful moment. Beautiful
Thank
moment.
you, Dano.
Beautiful
Thank
moment.
you, Dano. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, you're
Beautiful
giving
moment.
CeCe great advice on the offense to run for the birth of his son. What are you seeing from the Philadelphia Eagles offense? A lot of people want to assign blame to Jalen Hurts, but
Yeah.
what are you seeing, Dan?
Yesterday, when I heard that someone asked Nick Sirianni about bailing Jalen Hurts, I said, okay, this is one of the dumbest days in covering sports that I at least have been a part of this job. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or disrespectful. That is an outrageous question. He's 10 months removed from winning Super Bowl MVP. He's 4th in the NFL in touchdowns, behind Stafford, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott. What, should we bench him? What a dumb thought. I come away from Monday Night Football against Chargers more encouraged about that offense and its potential than I have for the last 2 months. They did way more route combination, way more individual routes that weren't just straight lined, a lot more laterally, more play action. So it wasn't perfect by any means. Would I like them to have a better plan versus pressure and empty? For sure. Was there a shot or two that Jalen, when we call shots, you got to throw them? Absolutely. But the thought like, hey, let's just replace the quarterback is so... There's 2 tailbacks in the NFL that have 50 carries or more that have gone for 0 or negative yards. Saquon is one of them. I'm not putting that on Saquon, but that's not on Jalen Hurts. So this offense has had a lot of issues this year, but I do sit there and say if there's a couple things that they can clean up from Monday night, do I think that they can get back to that complementary piece that is needed to go on a run? I say yes this week. I would have said no last week.
Dan, would it shock you if Joe Burrow after this season retired?
It would shock me if he retired, yes. Obviously, there's a lot of similarities here to Andrew Luck. It would shock me if 3 teams weren't on the phone today after what he said yesterday, figuring out how do we make him part of our football team now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. He obviously is in a bad place with that organization. It's not surprising. But I would be very surprised if he chose not to play football.
Are you 3 teams you're saying offhanded, or do you have 3 teams in mind?
I have 3 in mind.
Care to share?
Jets, Raiders, Steelers.
Ooh.
Those would be the 3 that if I were those 3 organizations, I'm in a brainstorm meeting now. We are figuring out a way to propose a way to get Joe Burrow. And I don't necessarily care what it takes.
Neither would I. And Joe Burrow is amazing. I don't have him with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. But I've said forever, and people laugh at me, if the Chiefs, if I was a team, I would offer every single pick I have for eternity to the Chiefs for Patrick Mahomes, and I don't care. I'll figure it out after the fact. And if I'm the Jets, who has everything, take everything. If I'm the Steelers, buy my way out of QB purgatory. They're never going to trade him to the Steelers, but I would literally give up.
Steelers are unlikely because of in division.
But I would give up literally everything I have to get him.
Yeah, I have Joe in that group before. That is just different than everybody else. But I'd be surprised if he was like, I don't want to play football anymore. He just seems like a guy that loves competition. He came back 3 weeks ago from injury because he was talking about a kid's game. I just think he's grown to a point where not only beyond frustrated in the now, beyond lack of belief for the future.
Dan, on Thursday Night Football, Bucs Falcons, what's at stake for both teams tonight?
Much more for Tampa, and Tampa's kind of reeling and falling apart. I think the Falcons win this game. The Falcons actually played. I know everyone saw the score of last week's game against Seattle. That game was not nearly that one-sided.
No, it was close.
Bijan's been sensational. Kirk has actually played well. They'll run the ball in Tampa a little bit. Tampa's got usually has a very good defense. It's specifically against the run. It has not been as good. They lost last week a little bit because they couldn't stop the run, and then Ibuka had 2 big drops. I just think injuries are piling up in Tampa. I think Atlanta wins that game, and then Tampa's going to have to fight to get back into that playoff conversation. It gives a huge window open for Carolina.
Dan Orlovsky, ESPN NFL analyst. You see him on Get Up, of course, First Take as well. Amazing week. High school football last night, Monsters, Inc. on Monday, and obviously always great with us. We appreciate it each and every week. Pat Costello has I'm over it, but first he sees this from 5 Hour Energy.
This one's for the flavor.